are going to get dumped on around here. I mean, something you haven't seen in a few years. Friday night, just plain snow. Accumulations will develop.
A lot of authority in your voice.
Usually I'm pretty conservative about this stuff, but this time it looks pretty good. Then the final set of data came in Friday night, and it showed anywhere between 20 and 30 inches of snow out near Knoxville. So I thought that was a little too much, so I cut it down a little bit. But still, the computer forecast was pretty good. It worked out. 20 to 30 inches of snow in the eastern part of Tennessee and the western part of North Carolina was just about right. So I thought I was out on a limb for a while there, but I knew there was going to be a big snow.
The big rush was right when people got off of work. A lot of people left work a little bit early, and of course the kids got out of school early, and that's when the rush was. In fact, this store did a record sales business today. More sales in one day than they've done in 3 years today. We're talking a lot of business. They're short on baby food, all canned foods. Bread, of course, is way short.
Not only are we going to get snow, we might see the coldest temperature so far for the winter season.
I wanted to take the show outside that night to let people be kind of part of history, because I knew there were a lot of people who would be watching who had never seen a snowstorm like that and likely would never see another one again.
Oh, it was fun. What an experience. I think it gave viewers at home a feel for what was going on. That's really what we were trying to do, was to give them a feel for the storm and how it was starting. And it was a fun experience. It was cold.
So it's going to continue 6 to 12, generally amount, and maybe more in the mountains. Bill, Heidi?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We'll be here throughout the night, keeping an eye on the storm for you.
The storm of '93 is in full swing on this Saturday morning, March 13th, 1993. This is the scene outside Channel 3 studios on Whitehall Road. The snow's pretty, it looks lovely, the kids are excited, boy, they're fired up. This is a very dangerous storm and a very dangerous situation. Our blanket statement this morning is that all the roads are in bad shape. That we can say with full confidence.
There's a lot of folks out there that need help right at this time.
The outpouring of goodwill we found here, I haven't had this in 15 years now. They expect us to be down there in Atlanta at a certain time, and we're not going to be able to make it.
I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Cindy Sexton.
Welcome to our Eyewitness News special report, The Storm of '93, a look back. And that's just what we're going to do for the next hour. We'll take you back through the record-breaking storm that paralyzed the Tennessee Valley.
From the hardships created by power outages and the destruction left behind, to motorists stranded on the side of the road, and a little of the fun folks had in the snow.
Channel 3 Eyewitness News provided live coverage throughout the storm. You'll see excerpts from those live broadcasts during this program.
So sit back and relive the storm of '93 with us. While the storm of '93 created a winter wonderland, it also left behind hardships for thousands of families.
Homeowners and businesses felt the impact. High winds sent trees into homes, and the weight of the heavy snowfall caved in the roofs of dozens of businesses.
The elements also took their toll on people who were trapped by the storm. Some survived their ordeal, but one man didn't.
The group was stranded miles down Taylor's Ridge when two of the men decided they would go for help. Travis Asher and Bobby Hobbs started walking. Travis Asher didn't make it. He died of exposure while his friend Bobby Hobbs tried to keep him warm. Then Hobbs continued walking for hours and hours. He finally made it to a telephone.
They took a back access dirt road and went up on top of the mountain or the ridge and got trapped due to trees down, snow, and even a tree falling on their Jeep.
I didn't think we were ever going to see anybody again other than the ones that we were with.
Helicoptered them in. They jumped off the helicopter while hovering in the air into a snowbank and took chainsaws and cleared trees out, and then for a landing area on the side of the ridge, and then began to access the people at that time.
During the storm, the wind was so high, they was tearing trees right out of the roots. We lost power in the first hour and a half, 2 hours, and then every hour after that, we lost a tree.
Going back to my neighborhood and seeing all the trees down, it reminded me of what would happen if a hurricane came by, or maybe a small tornado with all the trees that were uprooted.
Climbing over the trees.
Shoveled snow gave Cleveland residents like C.L. McHouston their only access to water.
Got to it was just barely running, you know, and then I thought, well, I'll run me some bath water, you know, in the bathtub, and when I did, well, it quit running. So I just had to make out the best I could, you know.
The water crisis was a real emergency for Bradley Memorial Hospital. Chattanooga's National Guard Armory delivered 700 bottles of water to keep the hospital going.
If you can think of all of the things that you need water for at home, in addition to flushing your commode, taking a bath, mixing medications, taking a drink of water every once in a while, we probably have 3 times as many needs.
Nurses monitoring patients can now count on regular water service. But Bradley Memorial's problems aren't over yet.
We go through massive amounts of linen, and we can't get the linen. I mean, they can't wash it, so we just having to conserve as best we can.
Yeah, that whole section's out. Most water problems evaporated as engineers in this Emergency Operations Center worked to restore power to Cleveland's 23,000 customers. It was a real relief. When the power was out, electric pumps couldn't be used to refill water tanks, leaving the city open to disaster.
As the system drained down, it eventually went dry because the pumps were not activated and running.
Besides water and power problems, Cleveland employees may not like what they see when they return to work. This storm took a heavy toll on Cleveland manufacturing plants. The weight of the snow was just too much for several buildings. No word on how much repairs will cost, but they will still be underway long after the snow melts.
Just too much weight for the building, evidently. It's just collapsed our building completely, as you can see. What can you do? Just regroup, rebuild, and start over again.
All the employees are coming in. Some of them are taking vacations this week and stuff, but other than that, everybody's pitching in. We've got people coming from other clubs helping us out. Other businesses around the area have come to help us out, have offered their help. So everybody's pulling together and looking good.
On Signal Mountain this afternoon, an insurance agent surveys the damage to this house. Gusty winds made it the target of a large tree Saturday morning. The house suffered a direct hit. You can see patches on the roof, but look inside.
Did you have any damage to the carpet or anything?
No, not that we know of.
Instead, the damage was to the ceiling. Branches of the tree plunged all the way through the roof in 3 places, terrifying the owners.
I was so stunned, I don't know. I just hollered, oh my gosh. And then as soon as I looked out the kitchen window, I mean, there it was.
The trunk itself went through the ceiling in one of the closets, and an adjoining branch went through an additional closet in the hallway and in the bathroom as well. So there could be some major repairs to the roof needed.
Still, the tree spared family members, including a granddaughter visiting for the day. This is typical of what high winds did on Saturday. Another tree torn out of the ground, roots and all. Luckily, this one didn't hit anything.
Do you have any idea where you want to have the repairs done?
Insurance offices are buzzing with claims. Chattanooga-based Maristar is handling property damage totaling hundreds of thousands of dollars. Agents are now assessing the cost of repairs so customers can begin to put their lives back together.
Part of the destruction of the storm of '93 had to do with fallen trees on power lines, which knocked out electricity to thousands of Tennessee Valley residents for several days.
Some were without power for a week after the storm, others even longer. Those who survived the storm used whatever means necessary to stay warm and to store and cook food.
Paul, as you know, thousands of area residents are without electricity this morning, could be for quite some time. The Electric Power Board, Volunteer Cooperative, and other utilities in our surrounding area are working like crazy. You know they are.
And it's going to be some number of days before we get the power back on everywhere. So it's a little frustrating. We are making progress in a whole lot of different areas. The progress is slow because of the type problems that we have out on the system, and that's just a tough situation.
And they cut the lights on Brainerd Road, and the lights behind me on, but this street nobody's been near it.
We got all of our crews out working in several areas. We are, I guess, appalled at what we're finding as the back roads clear up and as we get into the areas that we haven't been before. Just a massive number of trees down, wires, poles broken. We're in the middle of trying to assess right now how much we actually have left.
We've been improvising, frankly. You believe it or not, we had chili tonight. And you see this pot? We put that in the fireplace. Put the cans of chili in the pot and got it hot. So we had chili for supper.
Village Power Board, and I'm sorry. And I've been cursed and everything else.
I'm sorry that you're having the problem right now. I wish that there was something that I could tell you to do to take care of it.
The storm of '93 caused the biggest power outage in EPB history, and these customer service advisors know it. They've taken more than 25,000 calls since Saturday. Now their customers still without power are often angry, frustrated, and at their wits' end.
I've been called everything I knew that people could call you, some new ones.
I had one customer tell me he had lost all confidence in us, and I said that really hurt me.
Contrary to what some irate customers believe, these women can relate.
Oh yeah, because I'm in the same shape. I mean, my neighborhood has been off, part of my street is on, part of it is off. I know how they feel. I mean, they might not believe that, but we know.
The torment is people, I think, call and say, well, do you guys even care that we're off? People just need to vent. They need to vent themselves, and we're who they're venting to.
The advisors are inside, but imagine the crews outside, basically living in their trucks, working up to 20 hours a day, not seeing their families in up to 6 days, and then being yelled at by customers.
Sometimes it gets to us, but we try to handle it.
Jimmy Coffey and hundreds of other EPB linemen and contractors have worked up to 31 hours straight with just a few hours rest. They say most customers still without power are understanding, but some do harass them.
You don't feel good about it, but I mean, we're not going to let it whip us.
These crews outside and inside may have to endure the frustration 3 more days. They say that's how long it could take to get everyone back online.
I think some people were very frustrated, yeah, that it was taking longer than they hoped for to get their power back. And, you know, I know we got some calls here at the station. People would say, well, I can see the power lines outside my house, and there's no problem. There are no trees across them outside. But, you know, of course, it's all connected together, and who knows, it was around the bend and down the street and whatever. And it's kind of hard to accept that because, I mean, I was without power myself for 35 hours.
Yesterday, it was beginning to really get old. And
there we are.
There are the lines. Right. Oh, good.
Okay, it is now 3:26, and that says that our lights were out for 5, 7, 10, 106 hours.
Getting around in the Tennessee Valley was virtually impossible once the snow began accumulating on area roads.
And after the snow stopped, those roads iced over, making for treacherous driving conditions. That prompted highway officials to close Chattanooga's 2 main thoroughfares, which stranded hundreds of motorists.
And many of those people had to tough it out in their cars on the side of the road. And you're looking at live pictures from outside the Channel 3 studios in downtown Chattanooga. Ordinarily, you could see traffic flowing smoothly out on Corridor J, Highway 27. You're not going to see that today.
You can't even see that far. Visibility is so poor right now, and you can see what it does, the effect you get when the snow really starts flowing. It almost becomes a whiteout.
Cars just getting stuck everywhere. It is so slick. Our news car even got stuck a couple times as we were coming out. Had to get out and push. Got a lot of help from some guys in a bus who are now pushing their bus. Look at this car stuck down in the ditch, just buried. Windshields all covered with snow, and cars are just lining up behind. You can tell lots of people out helping those who can't move their cars. Had a couple of guys in Jeeps, 4-wheel drive vehicles trying to help out their fellow Chattanoogaans getting through the snow here. Even the police car got stuck. Had to try and push him out there. Had 3 people pushing, finally got him out. He was going to head up I-75 to that 20-car pileup he was talking about, but it took a lot of effort even to get the police cars out. Obviously, this means not much of anything is moving.
This is when traffic started to move at I-24 around the 4th Avenue exit, traffic that had been stranded for hours. We said at that time, Mary Kate Wells on the scene said that they were going to run right into another jam. This was just giving them a chance to move from one parking lot to another.
It's been a nightmare.
That from Wendell Sexton, a tired Department of Transportation worker who, like all his crew, has been working non-stop for more than 24 hours to sand the roads, only to find 2 of his own state trucks in the ditch. Sexton will never forget this storm.
It's been rough. We really haven't had any sleep. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, you know, just off and on.
In the past 2 days?
Yeah. And we're still going to be right with it. We can't go home. We're going to stay right with it until these roads get straight.
Any projection how long that'll be?
I don't know. Maybe Monday and Tuesday.
It'll be longer than that for Sam's to rebuild. The club store's roof collapsed under the weight of tons of snow. And worse, the cave-in set off the store's sprinklers.
I haven't been in it, but I presume that the sprinkler systems are going off on the inside, so I would say the whole thing is total.
Merchandise included?
Merchandise included.
Estimated loss of that merchandise, $4.5 million. The concern now is looters. That's why Officer Darrell Whitfield will spend his Saturday night here.
Yeah, that's always a concern when you have a situation like this. You never know what the reaction to some of the public might be as far as taking advantage of situations like that.
We are standing here now at McBrien Road overlooking I-24. We're about a mile from the split, and as you can see, it's completely backed up. This is what you can see now going eastbound, but you can see on the other side here also eastbound, they're backed up as far as the eye can see. The traffic jam that we showed you earlier this morning has just moved up a little bit because, of course, I-75 is closed.
My most memorable event was going to pick up David Carroll Saturday morning at about 5 o'clock. We had planned on David being here at the station about 6. And Doug Leverage and I set out in the dark to go pick up David Carroll. And going down Mountain Creek Road, it was, you couldn't see. It was just this whiteout thing you hear people talk about. And we had to stop. I mean, we just literally had to stop in the middle of Mountain Creek Road to figure out where we were.
The thing I remember the most about the storm of '93 was driving here Saturday morning to the station. I live about 16 miles away. I was chicken. My husband drove. We have a 4-wheel drive. And there were moments along the highway. We came Highway 153 because 75 was already closed in a couple of places. And we had heard that earlier on Channel 3 when we came on the air. And we were making our way over, and there were a couple of places where we literally had a whiteout. We couldn't see anything. And Gil just slowed down, and then the wind would subside for a second, and you could see the roadway again and make it through. But there were so many places where there was nothing. I mean, most of the folks who got out later on Saturday and Sunday had tracks to follow. We were going in some roads that hadn't been traveled on, or the snow had already blown over, so there were no tracks to even follow. So when we got out of the car here at the station, I was shaking. And then you had your cameras pointed on us. David was already on the air with Paul and John Weatherby, and the cameras were pointed on us when we got out of the car, and the winds were gusting, and here we were trying to make it up the hill, and it was a little awkward moment realizing that not only are we trying to walk into the station, we were on camera the whole time.
Terrible. I've never seen anything like it. This night we spent the parking lot at Burger King. Last night we spent it on the road in Jellicoe. We left Toronto on Friday at about noon, and this is how far we've gotten.
We made it just through Tennessee. Now there's nowhere to stay. We stopped at the last 6 exits to get a hotel, and everything was booked. No food on the shelves, nothing.
You would have thought you'd get a lot of anger, but you didn't. People were understanding. They said, hey, look, it's unsafe for us, we'll stay here. Some people stayed up for 12 hours, some longer than that, some up to 20 hours, and they didn't seem to mind. We're having a good time. Well, they weren't having a good time. It was frustrating for them, but I think they understood. I kept asking them, do you understand why the interstate's closed, why you can't go on? They said, yeah, we'd rather err on the side of safety than to go ahead and be unsafe. So I was surprised by the understanding.
We immediately learned the scope of this storm when we began our extended coverage here on Channel 3.
After providing overnight updates, we began 5.5 hours of continuous coverage at 7 a.m. Saturday morning, March 13th. Most of the time, we were taking phone calls from viewers who needed help because of power outages, health conditions, and other hardships created by the storm.
And residents responded with compassion for those in need by supplying transportation, food, shelter, heaters, kerosene, and firewood.
Those people became the real heroes in the storm of '93. The The folks at the National Guard Armory and National Guardsmen have been watching and hearing reports of people in need, and they're responding.
They certainly are, in a big way. They're asking any National Guardsmen who have access to four-wheel drive vehicles to report to 1800 Holtzclaw. They are going to set up a command post to take care of some of these emergency needs, and that is good news to me.
We are prioritizing the calls by folks that need it the most, people that need medication, that are sick, recent operations, that kind of thing. We're going to help them first. Stranded motorists as well. We're going to drive alongside the road and help them out.
I don't know. I'm just here to help people.
They'll be setting up operations in the drill hall here with some cots and blankets and whatever, so that in case somebody doesn't have a place to stay, they'll be able to stay warm tonight.
We understand from our newsroom a young lady who works at Cambridge Hall Retirement Center at 825 Runyon Drive is awaiting her first shift replacement. She's a diabetic and she's low on insulin. Her only other supply is at home in North Chattanooga. Now, if there's anyone who can help her, we're talking about the Mountain Creek Road area in particular, call 875-6723. Now, she spoke with the Chattanooga Police Department, but as you can imagine, they're having an overflow of calls this morning, and she cannot leave until her replacement shows up. Paul, a few minutes ago, I believe you were out in the studio, we were talking about a young lady who works at Cambridge Hall, Towers 2, downtown, apartment 1227. A registered nurse has a full bottle of insulin. If someone will come and get it in the four-wheel vehicle, they can get that to the young lady at Cambridge Hall Retirement Center. We're trying to link people together this morning.
I need to get some information on the lady who needs insulin and the lady who has insulin.
Okay.
I can get it over there to her.
All right, while we're giving you the number, let's take this shot outside our studios here.
We got some real good gusts coming up now.
There you see what's going on. What's it like at your house, East Spring?
A lot of deep snow. That's all there is. Just snow.
It's almost a whiteout, isn't it?
We have gotten a lot of calls about the young lady at Cambridge Hall Retirement Center, and I'm told that they are thanking us for putting that on. I don't know that we have a solution. Do you have a four-wheel drive?
Yes, sir. I got the number of the lady who needs a kerosene heater.
Yeah.
And I have one of those in my office.
I hope you can help, and we hate to ask anybody to get out on a day like this, but you may be able to pull it off. I was really worried at first when we started getting all these calls from people who talked about elderly relatives who needed oxygen, who needed dialysis treatments, or just heat. I was afraid we were going to have a lot of fatalities. And you can't really do all doom and gloom on the air because you don't want people to give up hope, and you don't want to make it sound even worse than it is. But in the back of my mind, I was a little bit concerned about that. Things were happening so fast, and so many of the calls we were getting were people in need. I'm thinking, you know, this, and not being outside, I didn't know how people were getting to these people in need. So I was afraid we were going to have, like, major tragedies. We had some, but thanks to all the volunteers who got out there, it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
I tell you, it didn't surprise me as much as it would have if I had been sitting at home listening to it, because we had just made our way through the storm, and from that trip I realized how bad it must be in some parts of the area. We saw tractor trailers sitting still on the road, some of them jackknifed. We saw cars abandoned like there was some kind of nuclear holocaust or something. It was real eerie. So I had a pretty good idea of how bad the situation was, but it became even more apparent to me how bad it was when we got the phone calls from people with medical emergencies, a woman needing insulin, you know, folks needing help because they had an infant at home and they had no power, and suddenly realizing the extent of the storm. And I don't think it was for several days before we realized how bad it had been when folks were still without power 7 days later.
Northbrook, is that Hickson? Are you there by yourself? No, I can hear somebody in the background. Let me talk to the adults, okay?
You'll see. shop.
Okay.
And they need plenty of food over there.
Fine.
Okay?
Can't copy this.
Go that way. Right, go that way.
Go west, young man.
I've been stuck in Wyoming where it happens all the time. I've been stuck on Donner Mountain in California where it happens all the time. And in those places, you're just there in your truck. And unless you brought it with you, you've got nothing to eat. No place to stay warm. Here, people open up their stores. Fell at the sports cards place down here, been here since Friday. Stayed open all night, so that people had a place to stay warm. Brought food in for us.
About 6 o'clock last night, a couple came in. Well, no, they could use the phone to call their dispatchers and their families, and then within a half an hour, there was 25 or 30, and by 10 o'clock, the whole parking lot was covered.
My stepfather is a truck driver, and he's been stuck out in the snow before, and we know how hard it is to be stuck out somewhere and not be able to leave anywhere and be cold and not have anything to drink or eat.
They came in this morning, ate cold Christmas for breakfast, and then somebody called Channel 3 or somebody from Dave's show there at noon, and the word got out, and people have been bringing in donuts. Krispy Kreme came and dropped off about 20 dozen donuts.
I think the thing that made the biggest impression on me was the way people kept reaching out to one another. When we were sitting on the set taking live phone calls from viewers, it was just overwhelming, the number of people who called in, willing to offer shelter, willing to offer fuel, just reaching out to other people around them.
Yeah, if they want to eat here, take a shower, fine. You know, if they didn't have a place to sleep, we'd put them down on the bed or whatever. You know, we were just trying to help everybody out.
I felt like it felt like a comforting voice for someone to hear. You know, someone to hear that, you know, we're there for you, and we're here to help you, or we're here to at least let you find someone who needs some help. I mean, I think that's what our medium was for, was finding people who needed help, and then other people were calling in saying, hey, we've got the kerosene, or we got a four-wheel drive to help these people out.
Rough right now, a lot of people are stranded. We're taking kerosene heaters to people that can't get in right now, and we're going to go try to pick up some doctors and nurses and get them to Erlanger. So anybody that doesn't have to get out, sure don't get out in it, but if you got a four-wheel drive, you may want to check with the radio stations and see if there's any people that are stranded. A lot of home health care individuals are needing some help getting their patients that need some help that can't get out to live alone. So if you have a four-wheel drive and you can help, be real careful to call the radio stations, see if you can maybe get them a hand.
So you guys just volunteered, you got a four-wheel drive and decided to come on out?
Right, we're just trying to get people some help.
I've never seen a storm affect a community, nor have I ever seen a community react to that storm. That's important. That's important that we all know what we did. We, the whole Tennessee Valley, we all know what we did to overcome the storm. We checked on people who didn't have power. We checked on elderly folks that we hadn't heard from. We walked down the street, slid down the street, fought the wind. You realize what kind of things we went through? It's like you may not realize it for a year, the impact that this storm had on our lives, if not in a financial terms, but certainly in an emotional terms. And the way the city came together, I think, is fantastic.
We went on and interviewed the policeman just to talk to him about what he'd been saying, and when his car's stuck, you can't just stick your camera in someone's face and say, how do you feel about this, and then walk away. I mean, people are stranded. So we ended up pushing the cars, pushed that police car out of the way, and also relying on other people to help us move our news car, because, I mean, everyone had to help everybody. And sure, we got involved, of course, because we're all in the same boat together.
If you're without power, plan on being without power for a short period of time, or a moderate period of time, I guess is the safer way to say it. You've got a fire in the fireplace, build the fire. If you've got friends that are nearby that are elderly, or maybe you are having some problems and you know they're out of power, check on them, see how they're doing, okay? And we'll help each other out in the Tennessee Valley as we get through the storm of '93.
I remember the people of the Tennessee Valley and how they grouped together and started helping each other, neighbor helping neighbor, over and over again. And like on the interstate on 24 and also on 75 when they were backed up and closed, people going up and down the line of cars and trucks with sandwiches and coffee and, can I help you? Can I do anything? People asking me, a reporter, what can I do? Who can I help? How can I get down there? What do they need? Tell me what to do. It was beautiful.
We met a family in a very remote part of Catoosa County, and they were just struggling. It had been 4 days since they'd had any power. Actually, it was several different relatives lived very close to each other, and that was fortunate because in one house they had heat on an old wood stove. Another house, they were able to cook on top of a wood furnace, but no one had everything they needed. You know, we're talking about people that were using a snowbank for a refrigerator outside, actually putting tomatoes and milk and whatever in the snow to keep it so it wouldn't go bad. And, you know, they were melting snow inside for water. That's all the water they had to drink, but these people had not lost their spirit. That just really amazed me. I think I would be just so down and frustrated and depressed after 4 days of going through that routine, but they, you know, helped each other. And they played off of each other in a way that you really don't see very often.
Polk County's mountain roads are still nearly impassable 4 days after the storm. Trees down, power lines snapped, and people cut off from help. 4 days without heat, water, and phones for people like Kathy and Robbie Hicks.
The only reason I scared our little son, he's got respiratory disease, and we was worried maybe he might have a spell, you know, on us, because he just went to the hospital, but...
The sight of National Guardsmen like Jerry Bratton brings relief and hope here. He has water and kerosene. They represent survival. Rescue crews don't expect to have power and water fully back up for several days, maybe longer. Tree cutters are working non-stop to free power lines and clear roads. Russell Miller's worked 16 to 20 hours a day.
Somebody's got to work hard to get this fire back on. There's one way to get it back on, and that's to get in there with it. That's what we're doing.
At one time here at the Polk County High School, which has been set up as an emergency shelter, there were 30 people. But right now it's empty. And officials say one of the biggest problems has been getting to the people stranded out there to get them into the shelters. That fact's devastating for Polk County's superintendent of roads.
I can't help but worry. You know, there's still a lot of people that need help. And we're trying our best. And just to ask the people to bear with us, that's all I can say.
So far, the storm of 93 has claimed one life in Polk County, a baby who died from exposure. But rescue workers say the death toll may rise.
We can't get into some people. We're having to take our time, saw into them, doze into them, whatever. There's people that we haven't got into yet. How many is unknown right now.
The relief effort here will continue 24 hours a day until all people can be accounted for.
Despite the power outages, the damage caused by the storm, and those left stranded on the roadway, there were some fun moments in the storm of 93.
From those of us who trudged our way through the blizzard to skiers and even big life events like births and weddings, here are some of the more light-hearted moments from the storm of 93.
I can see myself something about 40 years talking about the big one back in 93.
As that breeze comes off the top of the roof, oh, boy, that got a kick to it. Oh, boy, that got a kick to it.
We do have power over here in Eastridge. Let's go ahead and take a walk outside and just see what you're going to find when you go out. This, everybody, is what you'll see heading on out the door. Look at this drift. Even got a small drift kind of building up there.
Paul, I'm going to stay here as long as they'll let me.
As long as your voice holds out and my voice holds out, it'll be all right.
I'm in no hurry to go anywhere.
No, that's for sure.
Who's that walking up the hill? Who's that?
Can't tell.
Who?
Doug, that's Doug Loveridge.
Oh, he's got sure footing, doesn't
he? Yes, he does.
Very nice.
He knows what he's doing.
Tell him to hurry.
As you can see behind him, normally we can see things behind those trees, above and behind those trees, hills and grass and roads and cars. And
there's
right
the
now,
Channel 3
there's
dumpster.
Just, yeah, there's a lovely sight.
May not get picked up for a while. John, we have some great snowball weather out here. So come over and I'll let you have one.
Right here. Badly.
Made a mess right on Bill Markham's chair over there. Is he going to be stinking? You know, I was just noticing out our window, Paul, it's really coming a blizzard. I have a great idea. John Weatherby's not doing anything right at the moment. Let's send him out there just for a personal bird's eye view.
I think he'd like that.
All right.
But he's so tall, you might have to bend over the wind.
That's why we have him here. He's the first guy to know when it snows here. He's about 6'8", and that helps. Let's go to John outside.
Collect snow just like the next fella.
Definitely the most memorable experience was when we had the power outage on a Sunday night. We had no power here at the station, and we had to get a newscast on the air. And that was the thing I'll remember the most, because my college professors, both in undergraduate school and at graduate school, told me, never forget the basics of forecasting. Never forget, you got to know wind direction, pressure difference, dew point, and the temperature. Don't ever forget those, because believe it or not, there's going to be one time where you're not going to have a computer. And you're going to have to go on the air with a forecast without a computer and give it from the knowledge that you have. And Sunday night was one of those nights. We found an old national map that we used to use for the weather back in the late 70s and early 80s, and we drug it out there and did it with a magic marker.
Well, the people are starting to move a bit more on the roads. You can see I've heard a guy go by with chains on his truck right now. You may have noticed that we've kind of been hanging out here all morning. I'll show you why. David, show them this. Our news car's stuck. We we headed out to get some pictures and came on back, and well, we're kind of stuck. So I need to go on back to the station, David and Cindy, and just see how we can help out there. But obviously the car's not going to help, so I'm going to take off on the old trusty cross-country skis, being the Colorado boy, and we'll see you back at the station.
All right, Mike.
Hey, David, here's the mic. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out of here.
All right, let's watch and see what happens. Mike Hooker. Let's watch his form.
There he goes.
He's off.
You know, he had those a couple of weeks ago. He had them out and really didn't get to use them. Not a problem this time.
I give him a 9.5. What do you think?
I'd say he's doing real well. That looks like a lot of work, actually. Cross-country skiing is a lot of work.
All right, Mike Hooker. We'll see you later, Mike. You should be here, by, what, Thursday? Something like that.
That's right. I think we're going to need to send a four-wheel drive out there to rescue those two.
Mary Kate Wells on the scene said that they were going to run right into another jam. This was just giving them a chance to move from one parking lot to another. And hello, Mary Kate.
First off, I want to apologize for my cameo appearance a few minutes ago.
Hey, bare feet, what are you guys doing?
Well, we're heading down to Daytona. We're with Campus Crusade for Christ, and we're from Miami University, so we want to get down to the beach, but this is just a little setback.
Tell us a little about what went on here. What's the reason for the wedding here, and what was the cancellation?
Well,
I'll let you go, since you remember right.
This well-planned event was supposed to take place at UTC at Patton Chapel yesterday afternoon at 2. And due to weather conditions, people coming from Dayton, Scott's brother was stuck in Nashville at the airport. We couldn't have it there, so we planned on today at noon. It didn't get started at noon, but everybody's here, and so that's all that matters.
Yeah. And why is it here?
Both of us work here.
I'm a cook.
And I wait tables here, and we met here, and we were going to have our reception here anyway, so.
Oh, look at this, Paul.
The whiteout.
I know you folks watching, we keep looking over here. We're looking out our studio door here. We have quite a view.
Freezing in here today.
Yeah. There's about what would you say, Paul? We have like a 12 by 12 garage door open there.
Yeah, it's probably, it's probably 1/16 of a mile visibility right now.
And Doug Loveridge is manning our camera over there. Doug is from Massachusetts, and this ain't nothing, Doug. he drove me to work today. This was nothing. I think even Doug has been slipping and sliding a little bit, and we appreciate his hard work, too. Pardon me?
It's Carol.
Oh, is that Carol?
That's Carol.
I'm sorry, Carol. That's visibility is really poor.
Carol and Doug look different.
If I can't tell Doug from Carol, you know visibility is poor. Well, it was Doug over there.
And we'll help each other out in the Tennessee Valley as we get through the storm of 93. Now, will you guys take it back so I can get back inside?
Okay.
All right.
I got blown away. No,
Yeah.
he's still there.
Well, we have some traffic here in the Channel 3 parking lot. Let's see if they make it. I think one of our news cars.
Where? Oh, yeah! You want me to do play-by-play?
Let us know if Sheila makes it. Sheila Swift.
Well, let's see. Sheila has gone behind the curve. I can't. Sheila hasn't come out yet. This is not good. Oh, here she comes. She's coming up the hill. Here she comes. Come on, Sheila. Come on, Sheila. Oh, boy. Yes. Whoa.
This is a tribute to the Ford.
You know, look at this. She made it. Good court. Parking over here. Parking for one. Thank you.
Sheila has snow tires, by the way.
Yes, she does.
She's got the little studs on the back.
And she's wondering what the heck I'm doing out here.
Well, let's see if she makes it out of the car okay. I'm concerned about walking, too. We talk about driving. It's tough walking out there, too. Not that we want to see Sheila slip and fall, but I just want to make sure she makes it all right. There you see, she's...
she was going to ask for a talent.
She was wearing her seatbelt, Paul. Good
That's
move.
right. She was smart.
Hello, Sheila.
And just look at this little face. This is the new son of Gary and Marcita Lockhart of Flat Top Mountain. This little tyke was born at 12:52 this morning after a National Guard helicopter dispatched from Smyrna, Tennessee, finally got to the couple's snowbound home on the mountain yesterday after Marcita went into labor.
We got in touch with Life Force, and Life Force got us in touch with the National Auxiliary, and they flew in, picked her up in the yard, and brought her down.
How long was it then before the baby was born?
Nearly 12 hours, but as it turned out, it was the best thing we got here when we did, because she ended up having a cesarean. So it could have been a lot worse if we hadn't been able to get off the mountain.
I never knew I would be coming to the hospital in an Army helicopter to have my baby, but thank goodness they did come and took good care of us.
Anything you want to say to the folks back home?
Oh, thanks everybody for worrying and for calling and checking on us, and thanks to everybody who's helped us get here. Had it not been for my family and our neighbors and a cellular phone, we would have been in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble.
Now, the grandparents on both sides are still snowbound, so this is their first look at young Hayden Reese Lockhart. And let me tell you, he's a healthy one, too. 9 pounds, 15 ounces, 23 inches long.
You know, Cindy is very graceful, very elegant. She should have no trouble out there.
I know.
All right, there you see.
That's Gil Gilbert, her husband.
Yeah. Surprise! You're on Channel 3.
Here comes Cindy.
Look at that. She's already got her makeup on and everything. She's always prepared.
Ready. She's ready on the air.
Now she's getting her suitcase.
The Channel 3 hairstylist has to get ready.
Look at this. What a guy. Look, and Gil, isn't he the gallant gentleman? He is going to escort her up the way. Oh, what a guy.
Here she comes.
Wave at us, guys. We can see you. You're on TV.
Cindy's going to kill us when she finds out she's on TV. Right?
You know, who could possibly watch cartoons when you have this kind of entertainment on a Saturday morning? You going to tell me Scooby-Doo is more entertaining than this? I think not. Oh, she's ready.
Yeah.
So that's what she looks like before she does her hair.
That's
now
right.
you know.
Now you know what Cindy says she looks like when she wakes up.
You still look great.
Hi.
Nice to see you, Gil. Thanks for coming along. Very nice.
That was
not fit for men or beasts.
She says, yeah.
Very well put.
Memories of the storm of '93 are headed for scrapbooks. This photo shop finally reopened and was flooded with film of the snow.
Now that's 58 Highway going up.
For Leanne Mitchell, life is back to normal, but her parents are still stranded. Without power, they haven't seen any news reports about the effects of the storm.
And I'll take these dirt and say, now this is what you missed.
Trash pickup was one of many services that restarted today. Getting back to work was welcome relief from being homebound with no power.
We was off Monday. And,
so what have you been doing?
Part of Friday. I was snowed in.
Really?
Snowed in Brandon Road. I barely made it to work today. Get up, truck!
Now, don't get the wrong idea. Not everything's back to normal. Students aren't in school still, but they're going to get a normal school year. They're going to have to make these days up later. In fact, students in Chattanooga are going to have to go to school on Memorial Day now. Some reminders of the storm, salt and grit, are easy to wash away.
We hope you've enjoyed looking back on the storm of '93 with us. For the record, this snowstorm dumped 21 inches of snow across the Tennessee Valley.
That's the most snow we've received in our area this century. So the storm of '93 will not be forgotten anytime soon. I'm Cindy Sexton.
And I'm David Carroll. Thank you for joining us for our Channel 3 Eyewitness News special report.
The storm of '93, a look back.